Welcome back, everybody, to the VCon Pokemon channel. First and foremost, thank you to the 79 subscribers. We keep ticking upward towards that 100 subscriber mark where we will do a giveaway. So as long as we can continue to get closer to that, keep your eye focused on what might be the giveaway. With that being said, over 98% of my viewers are not subscribed. So please join the community, like, comment, and subscribe. On this channel, we just talk all Pokemon. We talk about Pokemon cards. We might do little walkthroughs with gameplay. We talk about upcoming sets, and we just have a bit of fun. It's just a bit of a channel where you can come and just chill out, listen to me talk, share with me what you think in the comments, and just be part of the community. We've finally got confirmation on the new special illustration rares for the new Prismatic Evolutions set coming out January 17th, 2025. Now, the cards that we see are from the Japanese sister set, so they're not going to be in English, but generally what happens is two Japanese sets sometimes are merged and they create that one English set, and this is what's going to happen with the set coming up right now. So if we have a look, this is pretty much the picture. We're on PokeBeach again, so once again, thank you to PokeBeach. I'll just read what it says here. It says the special illustration rares of EVEX and its Evolution EX have been revealed from Prismatic Evolutions. They were revealed on the opposite side of the two-sided poster that comes in the Prismatic Evolutions poster collection. So this is confirmed, right? So the video I made the other day, that Umbreon was proven to be a fake, a very, very good fake. Some people said, it looks too AI. I thought it looked incredible. And the eerie thing here is how the person who had clearly, created that fake was very close to what the card ended up looking like. It's almost eerie at how close that person was. The card that he had come up with had that full moon with Umbreon pretty much in the center of the image. And from what I can see here, and we'll try to get as better of a picture as we can on it, it looks as if this is exactly what it ended up being, the artwork being a little bit different on the Umbreon. So let's have a look here. It appears that Umbreon is once again in the front of the moon. Espeon appears in front of the sun, which makes sense because when you purchase the old Pokemon games, you could only evolve into an Espeon during the daytime, and the mechanic allowed you to evolve your Eevee into an Umbreon at the nighttime. So it's pretty cool that we've got that contrast. Let's see what we can do here. I'm going to try and zoom into these, see what we could get. I'll zoom in even more. Sorry about the quality of images. They're not that good, but it's the best that we could do at the moment. So we'll start off with the Leafeon EX. It's actually in English. So I might be wrong here. I think I am. This is the reveal for the English cards. And normally the Japanese, which comes out a month earlier, normally it's the reveal, we get them through that with the Japanese artwork, but we're getting it in English. So this is fascinating. The Leafeon EX is beautiful. A couple of reasons why. It's got that artwork of the greenery. It looks like Leafeon is climbing a tree, being a part of nature. And the Terra crown is not front and center. It's not smashing you in the face, which is the complete opposite to the Flareon EX. Yes, it seems to be engulfed by flames, but it seems to be like wrapped around that giant jewel on its head, that Terra crown. I'm not sure if I love it. I love that Leafeon a lot more. The Vaporeon, I can't quite make out. I don't know if you can, but it's, again, got that terraform. It looks like it's very, very prevalent in the picture. I can't really make out if it's underwater. There looks like there are bubbles. I don't know if you can see. These look like they're bubbles. So Vaporeon could be underwater. I'm not entirely sure. Glaceon, the one on the far right, maybe my least favorite from the four here because it looks like one of those, Terra full arts. It doesn't look like an alternate art. Out of the four, I'd rank the Leafeon the best. What do you think? Please, in the comment section. I like how people are starting to really comment on these videos. It's great. Please let me know which of these four are your favorites. I'm going to say Leafeon by a mile. Then I'm going to probably go with a tie between the Flareon, the Vaporeon, and the Glaceon at a distant 4. Then we got 5 more. Can you believe it? We have 5 more. Can I get this to work? I don't know. I'm going to try this. So, because it's not letting me. Yeah, all right, there we go. We'll try this. Hopefully, this works and you can see it. So, we'll start off with this Jolteon. Um, the crown isn't as in your face. However, it looks like it is running. Does it look like there are streaks of light? Like he's powering through and he's at full speed? I'm not sure, but looks okay. Not the best one. All right, this Espeon. Yeah, this Espeon looks really, really cool. The Espeon and the Sylveon look pretty cool. Um, I can't quite make out their surroundings, but Espeon seems to be under the sun. The Terra Crown's there. Looks like Espeon's under the sun. Looks very good. Um, but, not a 10 out of 10 card. I think when we saw them all in one big image, I think we got really excited. And then you really look at each individual card and it looks like that Terraform is really in your face. That's probably the first thing that I noticed. And probably besides that Leafeon, they're all a little bit, they kind of look like those Terra Full Arts with the white background. I need more in the artwork. We're getting patterns, we're getting streaks, we're getting light. The Leafeon, though, if we go back to the Leafeon, can we go back to the Leafeon? The Leafeon, we're getting atmosphere. We're getting a genuine picture of where Leafeon is at, which makes me really love that Leafeon. I can't make out Vaporeon, so I'm not going to be able to judge it too much. Sylveon, not sure where Sylveon is. A great choice to use the pink. But I can't make out much as well. Ribbons everywhere. Is it ribbons and flowers at the bottom? Umbreons looks like the best one yet again. That's the sun, I think. The patterns look insane. That Umbreon is going to be the biggest card from the set, but bar none. It's going to be the biggest card. So yeah, they've hit the nail on the head with this one. The Terra Crown is there. It's okay. We had the Gigantamax Umbreon for the VMAX in Evolving Skies. That was fine. That didn't alter the card at all, and it's it's people's desire to get it. So this Umbreon looks fantastic. I think the patterns, if these cards are all textured, which they all will be, it changes the game. And this is probably the one I'm most excited about. There is an Eevee. So we finally get an Eevee alternate art or special illustration rare or special art rare, whatever the word is nowadays. But we finally get an Eevee. And I, again, can't make out what's going on. There are streaks, there are patterns, there'll be great texture, it'll look great. The Umbreon and the Leafeon are my two. They're my two. Take them to the bank. They are going to change the game. Those two cards, I think, will be the most desired. The Vaporeon, the Espeon, I think, questions because I've got to see them in person to really make my judgments. I think the Glaceon is probably the weakest of the lot. I'm not really entirely sure as to what's going on with the Jolteon as well. So from what I'm looking at, my eyesight and the way the pictures aren't really clear, I'm going to rank them this way. I'll go number 1, Umbreon. Number 2, Leafeon. I'll go 3, Espeon. 4, Vaporeon. 5, Flareon. 6, Sylveon. 7, Jolteon. 8, Eevee. And 9, Glaceon. Give me your rankings. Let me know what you think as well. And now we are officially on the EB Games website. And I've got to be real with everybody. Now's your time to pre-order this set, right? So we are on the EB Games website, $99 per box, completely reasonable price. The products are all here at retail. You can pre-order them now, and there's no issues. You'll get your product. So this is what I stress to the community, and I will say it until the day I breathe my last breath, and that is don't walk into the store on release day and hope to get lucky. You've got to think ahead. Yeah, we're in November. Yeah, this comes out in 2 months. But you have to start dropping some money on this set if you want to open it. And you've got to plan everything. You've got to budget your money. You've got to be proactive. And the best way to be proactive is to make sure that you pre-order. So everything's available, and we get to the point where release comes and everyone's freaking out and everything is exhausted because all your scalpers go in and they grab everything. Then they hold it and they sell it for triple the price and they try to do a quick flip. This is going to happen. It's going to happen. And I make this video for families that have kids that, oh, we'll take you out, we'll get it for you Christmas. Well, you know what? You might need to pre-order it because we've got to start being smarter. These stores, they have allocated a good amount of stock and they have it available. But you can't help it when someone rocks up on the day and they want to buy a pallet worth of Pokemon cards. You've got a business to run. You've got to make the sales. Thankfully, for stores like EB Games, they do have limits, but Pokemon is so popular now that those limits get exhausted anyway. So my advice is everything's here. Start putting your money down. Like each packet of these Prismatic Evolutions, each packet is going to be like $10 if you buy them on their own. And there are like hobby stores that do it. Here you get that folder too, and you get 5 packets. Basically, that folder is going to cost you $5. It's really worth it if you are somebody who is thinking about buying something for your kid, but also making sure that you don't break the bank doing it. So everything's available. Surging Sparks is the set right now. But for those of you who really want to get some value from Pokemon cards, there's so many products available. Look to the products that are a bit older now. Look to the products that are a little bit older. And I'm talking about, Paradox Rift. Here are the sets. I'm talking about Paradox Rift. I'm talking about Scarlet and Violet. I think we've missed some of these Sword and Shield sets now. I think they're gone. But Paradox Rift is going to be really cheap now. And, you could find some real value with some of these products. So, really look out to what's on sale and what's valuable right now. But, the set is available. You can start pre-ordering it. I really recommend people do it so you're not disappointed. Now, Kmart often have the best value for Pokemon cards. I mean, if you have a look, their booster packs are $6 each. Compare them to the booster packs that cost $8 each at EB Games. They're more affordable. Kmart is the place to go to, but you'll find that they're great for picking up deals. They're great for getting value, but you're really not going to find pre-order opportunities for the new hot sets. And this is why this is an incredible purchase. That is ridiculously cheap. That is Australian dollars, might I add. That is Australian dollars. Wow. So yeah, look, if you can, and a lot of people hound these Kmart sales, they hound them big time. They're just so, look at that. If you can get your head around that, Paldea Fates ETB at $49, that is ridiculously cheap. That's almost like they're giving it away for free. So I always recommend Kmart in Australia. America, I know Kmart is shut down. I know Kmart is out of business. But in Australia, Kmart is, although they share the name, it's completely separately run from the American. It's nothing to do with the American Kmart, even though the branding's all the same. And Kmart here is probably the biggest department store in the country. It's bigger than Costco. It's bigger than anything really. Kmart here is the hottest department store to go to. So the sales are incredible. Always check Kmart for value, but you don't check Kmart for pre-orders. They're not here. So I'm on Kmart. I'm looking. I don't see anything available for pre-order. So it's not worth checking Kmart at all. Another great website and another great store. This is Cherry Collectibles. So we've got the price at $99 from EB Games. And EB Games, you just know EB Games are going to honor your pre-order. And that's another thing. A lot of people are going to chase pre-orders. I really recommend you, if you want reliability, you got to go to the big boys because, if you pre-order, this new set, Prismatic Evolutions, if you pre-order it at $99 a box and then suddenly they're worth $150 a box because they're so hot, if you've pre-ordered from just some random on Marketplace, you might really struggle because he might want to make some more money and he might dishonor your pre-order. He might refund you and he might then go and sell it at $150 a box. But if you buy from EB Games, you're good. So you are paying a little bit extra. You can probably fish and find it cheaper, but it's going to be more worth it for you because you know that you're going to get your allocated stock. So Cherry Collectibles, they offer pre-order. They offer pre-order, I think, a little bit cheaper than EB Games. We'll have a look and see if they offer this new Prismatic Evolution set. Now, um, Surging Sparks has gone up. It has gone up. They had it at $199, then they went up to $209.99, and now they've gone up to $214. So this set's gone up, and I predicted it to go up. I bought myself 9 boxes at $180 each, and I felt that was enough. I'm not going to open them. Might open one, might open two. Sorry, that's my coffee machine. It's going to sink for a bit. But yeah, you've got Scarlet and Violet all available, and here they've got it. Look at this, and cheaper too. This is incredible. Okay, so that's $80 per box. I would buy it from here. It's an incredible pre-order price. This is Cherry Collectibles, and this is how I go about pre-ordering my stock. And what Cherry do as well is they'll see the interest of it, and if they see that they're selling it at 80 easily, they'll bump it up to 90. So it doesn't work entirely to do drips and drabs. If you're going to do one big order, just do one big order and get it done, because they will go up, and this is going to be a very highly contested set. Man, that coffee machine doesn't stop. I'm really sorry. So they've got it available, and that's $20 cheaper than EB Games. So this is an absolute no-brainer. An absolute no-brainer. I'd go to this place, and Cherry's reliable. I've shopped at Cherry for years. They've never failed me. That is the best price you can get. You have to go for it. You have to go for it. This is a must. Now, I have a lot of viewers who are American and Canadian. Big hello to all of you. I know a lot of these websites are not very relevant for my American and Canadian audience, but what I want you guys to know is it's the same thought process that goes into your stores, that goes into the way in which you would buy stuff. You'd be looking at GameStop, you'd be looking at Target, you'd be looking at stores where you can get pre-orders that can be honored, and you're looking at stores in which you can get the best possible price at pre-order. So although we're looking at Australian stores and what Australian stores are offering, the same kind of strategy I would use if I was looking into buying from America or Canada. I would look at what stores are local to me in my area. You guys have way more options than us. You have the Pokemon Center. I'd be going to the Pokemon Center ETB. I can't buy the Pokemon Center ETB because it would cost me like $4,000. No, it probably costs like $500 to get it down here, so it wouldn't be worth it for me. But this is another store, Gameology, an elite store. They've got Surging Sparks at $260. Now compare that to EB Games, who's at $215. You have to shop around. If you are a Pokemon fan and you want to support your local card shop, that's great. But your local card shop's got to support you too. If one is selling it at $215, one's selling it at $260, that's a significant difference. So you got to pick your spots. This market is so volatile, and they have every right to charge $260 because that's a reasonable price for a product that's just getting released and it's really, really hot. And there's a Pikachu special illustration rate. That's a reasonable price. So you've got to be really mindful of what you're doing. And they've got great prices. I mean, their prices for Twilight Masquerade and other boxes, their prices are some of the best in the whole country. So $180 for a booster box of Twilight Masquerade is phenomenal value. It's not much off of their pre-order, off their what do they call it? The amount that they get it from the distributor, the distributor price. It wouldn't be far off. It maybe $10 to $15 they're making off each box. Now, they're not offering. From what I can see, they're not offering any pre-orders yet. They will. Keep an eye on it. And then it's really worth getting into it and getting involved. But yeah, they're not offering any pre-orders yet. Chilling Reign's going up. Everything's going up. Everything's going up massively. And that's fair. Look at that. Fusion Strike. Evolving Skies. Wow. Not even going to look at that. I actually bought a lot of Evolving Skies and I put it aside. And then I had this one day where I think I had a bit of a meltdown and I just opened up everything. And it was a really dumb thing to do. So I regret that. But, it is what it is. You make decisions that you regret. Don't chase the mistakes of the past. Just look at what you can do in the future. This is another game shop I really like. It's called Plenty of Games. It's in the CBD in Melbourne. A phenomenal game store. Really good people as well that just running a card shop. And, a lot of respect to everyone who has a card shop. I think there's a lot of great people out there. And I genuinely try to help as many of them as I can. Um, Now, have they got this new set available? Prismatic. Let's just type in Prismatic. Don't even spell it right. I don't know. And this is the thing, because it's so new, they're probably not all stores are going to have it available for pre-order yet. But you just got to keep in mind, and unfortunately they don't. Again, very good prices. Stellar Crown booster box at $180. It's a great price. Very good price for that box. And even the ETB, this is where, if you wanted to buy Surging Sparks, keep an eye out for Kmart. Kmart could really have a good price when this is released, but $85 is fantastic. That is a great price for an ETB of that set. The Charizard premium collection, this super premium collection, I've seen it go for anything. I've seen it go for 160. I've seen it go for 140. I've seen it go for 200. I personally wouldn't buy it. I think it's really bulky, and I think the figures are not bad, but I personally would spend my money elsewhere. These three pack blisters are always great long term. Okay, so they didn't really have much. We'll move on to another store now. All right, let's have a look at our American friends here at GameStop, and look at that. Oh, you Americans, man, that dollar is just beautiful. I've been to America twice. I love that country. New York was fantastic. New Orleans was fantastic. Los Angeles was hard to get around. I feel like I needed a car, but I did like that area. San Francisco was beautiful when I went. Um, Nothing but love from my American friends. I want to go to Canada. That's a place I want to go to as well. But like having a look here, if you are anywhere from America or Canada, let me know where you're from. I would really like to know it. Look at that. That's available. I don't know if that's a good price or not, but I'd be pre-ordering that. I'd be pre-ordering that. That's going to save you so much hell. Like the day comes and you want to get yourself this set, you have just alleviated so much stress because this set's going to sell really hot. So I'd be pre-ordering this, and you could drop 50, and then in a couple of weeks when you get paid, you can drop another 50, and it doesn't impact your pocket if you can plan your purchases in advance. That's what I do now. In the past, I used to be very impulsive, and like there's a reason why I don't have anything ever on display because I just want you to know sincerely from the bottom of my heart. I was a 9, 10-year-old kid. My family didn't have much money, and each base set booster pack that I got, I treasured with everything that I had. And I had maybe like 20 or 30 holos, and I held them tight. And they were my everything. And it's irrelevant what someone has in their collection. For other people to see, it's irrelevant. I feel like my collection is personal to me, so I don't honestly want to share it for that reason. And I don't think it matters what someone's collection consists of, how big or how small. I think everyone is as valuable to the community as one another. So even if you've got like two cards and you love them, and someone else has got a PSA 10 base set Charizard first edition, it doesn't matter. We are all on the same ground. So, just look at what collection you've got. Build up slowly, be smart with your money. Don't go over the top with this hobby. It can be really expensive. And I guess, when I do this video, my little ramble rant now is just to help people not make the mistakes I've made in the past where, you get impulsive, you want product, you want to buy it then and there. Nah, this is the product right now that I'm looking at, even though it's 2 months away. I'm looking at it now. I'll be bit by bit getting it. I might even look at the product from the past. I'm not even looking at Surging Sparks now. Like, I'm not even looking at it. I already bought for Surging Sparks bit by bit. I identified that as a set I wanted. Now I'm going to be turning my attention to this set because this is the set that I want, and I know this set is going to attain great value. So whether I'm going to open, I don't know what I'm going to open. I might open something, I might not. But generally look at it this way, right? If you buy Pokemon product, if you buy booster boxes in particular, if they are sealed, it is money. It is an investment. The moment you open it, you pretty much lose every bit of value you got. So there's got to be a balance between just carefully buying, holding, and then there's got to be a balance between opening and having fun. So I wish I had kept one of my Evolving Sky booster boxes sealed. That would have been nice. And in the past I've opened up boxes like Dragons Exalted, and I've opened up boxes like Neo, what was it, Neo, um, legendary collections, and I never, Plasma Storm. I opened up these booster boxes. I never ever kept one, so I really should have. But yeah, this is Americans, GameStop. Got to do it. You have to do it. Like it's a must, but like bit by bit. Like $50, $40, $30. In fact, when I look at GameStop, that's the ETB. That's a great price. But if we go back and we look at that poster collection right there, that's $30. I mean, most people can afford one of these. Even if you put away a couple of dollars here and there, most people can afford this. So I'd be very inclined to just be very strategic with what you're doing, and thinking things through and making purchases that will benefit you in the future, and not instant purchases that are gratified for today. Looking at it with more of a clearer mindset, looking for what's to come rather than what I can do now. I think purchases for today that are impulsive, bad budgeting, bad financial motives, bad financial habits to build. However, if you look at how much you're going to be making and you can pinpoint, disposable income that you can drop for something in the future, that's pretty good financial budgeting, and that's very concise movements. So I'm going to end the video there. I think that's enough for today. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what set you're opening. Let me know how you go about, purchasing product, or whether you buy to invest, whether you buy to open. I'd say in the past, my open to invest ratio was 100% open, 0% invest, and I think now it's probably flipped to 80% invest, 20% open. And I think that's, I don't know whether it works or not. I might change my tune one day, but that's what I do to work, and hopefully it gets me there. So, best of luck with Prismatic Evolutions. It's available. It's there to open. We've seen the cards now. We know this is going to be a hot set. It's going to be an awkward one because you probably want something to open during Christmas, and you're not going to get it during Christmas. So there are going to have to be some conversations that have to happen if you have kids. But this is the set to get. So definitely think it through and pace yourself out. I think a lot of you are going to be very happy January 17th next year, or like Pokemon Go, and do that. It'll probably end up being February 7th next year. It'll probably be delayed by a few weeks. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. Bye.